Hello everyone, this is Chris. And in this corner, we have a show that you thought was just like another show. And in this corner, we have a show that we thought was just like that same show, but different. Log Horizon versus Sword Art Online. Now, both these shows have very similar premises. You get trapped inside of a video game and you can't log out. That's pretty much it. That's the premise of both of the shows. But the way they take it on is completely different, and that's worth noting. Because when I first heard about Sword Art Online, I thought it's a copy of .hack/, which is another show where you get trapped inside of a video game, and it's not. They're all completely different. But for this debate, we're gonna take Sword Art Online and Log Horizon and compare them in a head-to-head combat. Let's start with Sword Art Online. It is a very harrowing story. You feel for the characters, and the fact is, the guy who let's call it the guy who created the game, shows up and says to them, you know what? If you die in this game, you die in real life. Like, there is no do-over. There is no restart. When you are dead, you are dead. All hope is lost. And I'm expecting some of you to die. And when he's asked, like, why did you do this? He doesn't really have a real answer. He just did it because he's freaking crazy. And that's just what it is. And so you watch the evolution of one particular character who gets outcasted. And he goes on his own journey as a solo player. And for a while, he's all alone. And he happens to join a guild, if you will. And things don't go so well for him and that guild. And so he goes back to being a solo player. And then it just goes on this bigger adventure where he goes in and out of joining people and being forced to join people and all this stuff in between. I won't spoil it for you. And then it all of a sudden becomes a love story. And at first you're like, okay, oh crap, it's a love story. I'm going to be bored to tears. And it's actually really exciting. Like, the battles are great. The feelings you feel for the characters give you so many feels. Okay, I'm a person that does not cry often. I always say this. But anime, for some reason, gets all my emotions crazy. And this is another one where I honestly wanted to not only cry, but also squee at how cute the storyline is and how good the love stories are. Granted, the love stories all revolve around one character and people constantly falling in love with him, but they all give you the feels. And then with this show, just when you think it's over, there's a twist. And the twist is freaking incredible. Okay, no, not really. It's not that incredible. It's really, you think the show didn't have anywhere else to go, and it keeps going, and you're like, oh man, I did not see this coming whatsoever, and it leaves things open to another series, which they have a season 2 coming up, so it totally makes sense. But it also ends the arc of a particular story that you thought could have just ended very quickly towards the middle or towards the end of the series. And it's really good. It's one of my favorite shows. I'm not gonna say it's great, but it's good. It keeps your attention the entire time. And once again, you really feel for these characters. You get genuine feels. And for me, that's the most important part. If you can get emotionally invested in a show or in characters, then that show and those characters did their job well. And Sword Art Online does that to an incredible degree. So Log Horizon has me a little bit conflicted because in comparison to Sword Art Online, it's not as exciting, to be completely honest. It's just not. Because you don't really feel like anyone in the show cares they're trapped in the game. Same thing. They're logged in and they can't log out because the option is just gone. It will not work. And so none of them really feel concerned with the fact that they can't get out. They're just like, this is my reality now. I have to stay here. But then again, it makes sense because they're not really giving any other option. There's no clues or no hints or anything like that to say, you're stuck in this game, you can get out. There's nothing telling them they can actually leave. So just all right, let's just play the game. And they just do. They just keep playing the game, and you just watch them their adventure as they play the game. It gets more political because they realize that if we're going to be in this society, we have to govern some kind of rules or laws. Unlike Sword Art Online, it appears that when you die in the game, you just respawn in the cathedral, which is the central hub, if you will. Let's call it that. So you just respawn there and you just kind of keep going. But I think the characters in this show are taking death more seriously as a construct, even if it doesn't really mean that you're dead in the real world. They are just kind of you know what, you can't just go around killing people because it's our reality now, and in our new reality, we just don't want people dying all the time. And so because of that, the show goes into a thing where there's votes and there's councils and there's secrets and things like that. And it's much less battle oriented. It's more about the interactions between the characters, which is it. a very, very good thing, because the lead character, the guy with the glasses is calling that for now, the guy with the glasses, he takes on the role of a villain of sorts to the people, when in reality he's just trying to help everybody. And you get more and more into that. And this is also an anime that is much more, let's call it, traditional, because it does the thing where it switches between being really silly and really serious at the same time. They do the chibi faces, they do the freak out modes, they do the super perverted character who hits on every girl and thinks every girl's hot. They have all that stuff intertwined in there. Unlike Sword Art Online, in which the characters were taken on a much more serious level. There was never any chippiness. There wasn't really a lot of silliness. It's just a lot of basic interactions. And once again, because I think the characters have accepted their fate and aren't really trying to get out of the game, they just have to accept their lives for what it is. You get to see more of these characters unwind. You get to see them be more of themselves at a slower pace, versus Sword Art Online, where they're trying to rush because they know that once this game is over, they may not see each other again. You get to actually take focus on the particular characters without worrying about what their lives are like on the real world, or what the consequences are going to be once they get out of the game, if they even get out of the game. And that's what's really cool about this show, is because if you are a gamer, this one is more for you. This one is one you could probably feel more connected to, because you've been in those situations where you connect with people, you built guilds, and you built teammates, and you've been betrayed, and you've had to work on these constructs that you wouldn't have to work on otherwise. Whereas Sword Art Online is just more about the story of them getting out and then being infatuated with each other. That's just kind of where it falls at the end of the day. And again, it's kind of cool that they're taking that route with Log Horizon, because the story of the really nice boy, every girl wants to be with him thing has been told 9 million times over. So Log Horizon is actually kind of refreshing. In comparison, it's hard making comparison because they're not the same show whatsoever. Now I will tell you that I was more enthralled, I was more engaged with Sword Art Online. But I find myself liking Log Horizon more and more as each episode went on. So it's a toss-up. It's a coin toss here for this one, because they're both quality shows, and they're both quality for different reasons. But if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with Sword Art Online, because it engages you more and it pulls you in immediately. Because again, when the characters get trapped in the game, you feel for everyone in that room. You feel for the other, oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, my family's going to miss me. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm stuck in this game. Versus Log Horizon, where it was more, well, we're stuck in this game, let's keep playing. They didn't really even reveal that anyone cared until later. I feel like when I watched Sword Art Online, I was part of the story, and when I watched Log Horizon, I was watching a story, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. But if you want engagement, you want people to really care, then you're gonna want the show that pulls you in immediately. And because of that, Sword Art Online is my pick. But Log Horizon is not a bad show, so don't ever let me come across as a guy that thinks Log Horizon is the worst show. But that's just my opinion. How do you feel? Have you seen Log Horizon? Have you seen Sword Art Online? Have you seen .hack/? How do you compare the three? Also, what do you want to see me debate next on Anime Debate? Ever use teleport? Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you could, please give this video a thumbs up. Also, share it with your friends who like anime or like things about anime and whatnot, because I need more people to talk to. Also, please find me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will talk to you. I'm also on Facebook. Links in the description below. Later!